For sure. This is definitely when reward dependence goes wrong, right here. And two, in a previous video, kids not going to school anymore just because they're not treated right end up this way a lot of the time. So you see, they are being set up. See? Being set up for disaster right there. So I would urge you to urge other people to not let them do this. Not let them do the isolation closets, which could end up to this. Do you see? And then after that, if they ever get persuaded to get off of it, or something happens dramatic enough that they stop and think, wow, should I get off of this? Well, then they end up on welfare anyway. Because they can't keep a job. Don't people know anything? And suicide attempts. Criminality. It's right there. Right there. See, here's the thing with the prisoner's cinema. A phenomenon reported by prisoners confined to dark cells and by others kept in darkness, voluntarily or not, for long periods of time. Okay? So if you cross this with the Frey effect, you've got a full-blown movie going on. At least in the mind of the person it's happening to. Don't you think so? The cinema consists of a light show of various colors that appear out of the darkness. The light has a form, but those that have seen it, and I've seen it, I still see it. I see it all the time. And it's very involving. Find it difficult to describe. Sometimes the cinema lights resolve into human or other figures. And I used to describe the colorful voices that would accompany this. So maybe that's some Frey effect. Scientists believe that the cinema is a result of phosphenes combined with the psychological effects of prolonged exposure to darkness. Others have noted a connection between the form the lights take and the Neolithic cave paintings. Yeah, and if you've ever been in caves, like down around Lake of the Ozarks, we used to go all the time. Yeah. Oh man. It is hard to describe. Except it reminds me of Hussein's Else. There's something about, and I'm not talking about L frequency, ELF, or better known as EFL, but maybe Hussein actually captured some elves and we don't know about it. And maybe not. We just don't know. But it's something maybe worth the effort of looking into if you know people that were treated this way, or maybe better said as mistreated that way. Oh, and this is kind of important. When exploring the prisoner's cinema effect in a blacked out room, users that abuse ketamine, what is that, ketamine, have reported being able to see events from the future with astonishing accuracy. Blue Luca. So that may be some other place I will venture to here in a moment or two. Have you ever seen that show, Magic Shadows? I haven't, so it may be some other thing. But it says the opening sequence includes an artist's depiction of prisoner cinema, illustrating its rapid succession of half-form figures and images. In the link video, let's try it. Ontario. Sheesh.
Elwie is waiting to bring you the concluding chapter of Swamp Water next on Magic Shadows.
This is Channel 19 in Sudbury, Channel 9 in Thunder Bay.
Exactly. So maybe it's really like X-ray vision, and they're not imagining that they're seeing these little shows. They're actually seeing to another place. That's kind of Beatlesque, isn't it? Oh, that's kind of creepy. Intrinsic gray. I had forgotten that term there, but I did remember brain gray. So anyway, there it is there. Brain gray is a color seen by the eye in perfect darkness. Lighter than a black object in normal lighting conditions. Direct control of the retinal field. Well, that's not really my bag, so I think we'll stop for a second. Why does watching phosphenes make me fall asleep? Well, that's an interesting question. Intriguing, even. Widely reported. Brilliant light displays. The prisoner cinema. Truck drivers see such displays. Pilots may experience phosphenes, especially when they're flying alone at high altitudes with a cloudless sky. In fact, whenever there is a lack of external stimuli, these displays can appear. They can also be made at will by simply pressing your fingertips against closed eyelids. Yeah, I've done that too. Okay, but I didn't know they were phosphenes, okay? In addition, they can also be produced by an electrical shock. Now, is that the reason for a shock treatment? That's a possibility. We better maybe think of that. Ooh, was high fashion in the 18th century to have a phosphine party. It is noted that Benjamin Franklin once took part in such an encounter where a circle of people holding hands would be shocked by high voltage electrostatic generators so that the phosphenes were created each time the circuit was completed or broken. Now that just reminds me of a bunch of monkeys right there, you know, not knowing any better. Because that causes brain damage to get electroshock, in case you did not know that. Well, now you might know that. Or at least Google it or something. The earliest encounter was given by the Bohemian physiologist Johann Purkinje, okay, is my pronunciation, 1819. These subjective images are called phosphenes, from the Greek phos, light, phenine, whatever, okay, I'm sorry. Because phosphenes originate within the eye and the brain, they are a perceptual phenomenon common to all mankind. Feedback loops. I know mine loops for sure sometimes. Okay, obsessive compulsive disorder. Problems falling asleep, running out of time, relaxation, a self-hypnosis, and then some extra links there.